Well, greetings and a most heartfelt salutations to everyone out there. I am Lord Cash. I am being joined by All That Pat. You are now watching an episode of I Stream, You Stream right here on the New York Nerd Show channel, where we bring you all sorts of wonderful, wonderful stuff. That's a word, right? Fundiful?
Wonderful. I mean, if it's not, it should be.
Exactly. But right here on the New York Nerd Show channel, we talk about stuff from wrestling to video games to Funko Pops to trading cards. And tonight, it is almost the end of the month. March is coming to a close. April
Crazy.
1st is like just peeking around the corner.
I know. I can't believe it. And, you got to get your taxes done sooner rather than later. But,
Got
yeah.
my deposit today.
Ooh, that's why you're smiling and happy.
Yeah, buddy. Going to a convention tomorrow for the next 4 days, and we got some money to spend.
And now you're not vending, right? You're actually just, guesting.
Nope, we are going, it's a family time. One of the kids and myself with Lady Cash, we are going to go have some fun times, enjoy all of the celebrities, the meet and greets, the panels. We're just going to soak it up this time.
Very nice.
But
Very nice.
as I mentioned, that is the end of the month, which means there are new TV shows, new TV series. They're going to be dropping all over the platforms. So everything from Paramount, Peacock, Hulu, Disney Plus, Apple TV Plus, Netflix, HBO Max, as well as Prime Video. They are going to be dropping all over the place in the month of April. But I am bringing you my top 5 plus 1 of my most anticipated shows that I'm looking to watch during the month of April. Now, March, pretty much everything has dropped except for one for the month of March, and that was my honorable mention of the Doogie Howser kind of reboot, re-envisioned. That actually drops on Friday. No, yes, Friday, the 31st.
Yeah,
So
they're running out of time.
I know. But again, I got it. I've been watching Ted Lasso. I'm current on Mandalorian. I watched History of the World Part 2.
I saw a couple episodes of it. I liked it, but I didn't finish it. Mandalorian, we just didn't watch today's. And Ted Lasso, I have not started yet. I did like a crazy week-long 2-season binge, so I'm kind of like, all right. But I did put a believe sign in my classroom now
There
above the
you go.
door. I had to.
Tell people to think like goldfish.
My kids do sometimes, I feel.
Oh yeah. So the one thing I haven't watched was the Tetris movie that dropped on the 15th.
Yeah.
I honestly, I think that was my most.
I'm going to interrupt. We didn't watch it yet either because we just couldn't fit it.
Could find the I think that was my most anticipated. No, actually, Ted Lasso was. But yeah, I just could not find the time to slip it in.
We'll do it eventually.
But let's talk about April. Now, April, like as I mentioned, we've got my top 5 plus an honorable mention. So I'm going to start off with that one. Now, this one is my honorable. It would be a little bit higher if I was more current. I think I'm missing the last 1.5 seasons. I think I started the 3rd and I didn't finish it, so I need to finish watching that plus the 4th before I start watching the 5th season. And this is going to be the last and final season for this series. It is on Amazon Prime, and it is going to be dropping on April 28th.
This is Mrs. Maisel, isn't it?
Yes, the marvelous Miss Maisel. Have you caught any of this series?
Yeah, I have. Bitter Ritz was a fan of it. She's been watching it. I don't think that she knows this is coming back, actually.
Basically, a month from now, it'll be dropping for the final season. So definitely have to let her know about that.
Is that Netflix, right?
Amazon Prime.
Amazon Prime. Okay, but yeah, no, she was watching it. I remember, like when I saw the still for it, she looked familiar, and I couldn't remember why. But there's Tony Shalhoub.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, definitely. I thought it was okay. I just can't fit it into my schedule.
Right. Now,
Yeah, go ahead.
You know who her partner in crime is? The that lady right there with the ponytail.
Yeah, it's oh my god, what is her actual name? She does the voice of Lois Griffin on Family Guy, and she's from Mad TV back in the day.
Uh, Alex
Crazy long name. I feel her name's like yeah, what is her name?
Alex Borstein.
Bornstein. Okay, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
But yes, I am familiar with her from a while ago, and then yeah, so yeah, her biggest thing is Family Guy nowadays, but now this apparently.
Yep. So, like I said, this is gonna be the final season of that. So I got it. I got a month. I'll get caught up on it, and then I'll ready to rock and roll. I'll probably end up watching it in May, just because stuff's gonna happen. So, but again, that is my honorable mention for April. So let me know down below if you are looking forward to this fifth and final season. Do you watch this currently? Has it like totally skipped your radar? And maybe you're just going to do a whole binge of 4 seasons before the 28th of April, and you're going to watch it and you're going to binge it all. So let me know. Comments down below. Alrighty, so these are number 5. Now
Actual list. Here we go.
this is the true list. Now, I want to set the stage for you on this one. So, this first show being directed by the Russo brothers, which brought you Avengers Endgame, Infinity War, as well as Captain America Civil War and Winter Soldier. Pretty good so far.
Okay, I'm assuming this is going to be a superhero movie, or a superhero show in that same vein.
So, then you also have Richard Madden,
Okay.
who was Robb Stark from Game of Thrones, the Prince from the live action version of Cinderella, as well as most recently the character Icarus from the Marvel's Eternals.
Okay. All right. I
They,
didn't mind that, by the way. It was a little slow, and I know it didn't get good reviews, but I didn't mind it.
it was actually one of the highest streamed shows on Disney Plus during that time frame. It was like the most streamed.
It was the movie, right? They had Angelina Jolie, or am I thinking of something different?
Angelina Jolie,
Yeah. Okay.
and then a whole bunch of other people that
Oh yeah, no, like yeah, the guy that's yeah, the gentleman that's an Indian guy that's starting to get big right now. He was in Murderville too, which is hilarious. But anyway,
so
back to this show.
now I'm going to butcher her name because it is wowzer.
No, you
Pri
said okay, wowzer, that's fine.
Priyanka Chopra Jonas.
Is that the woman from The Good Place?
It is not. She
Okay.
was in the film version of Baywatch, starring Dwayne Johnson and Zac Efron.
Oh, and yeah, Zac Efron. Yeah.
She was also in the Matrix Resurrection, the 2021 version, as well as the TV show Quantico was probably one of her big staples on ABC.
Okay.
So if you saw a picture of you, might know her. And then I'm gonna throw
Well, I'll
out
see you in a minute.
Stanley Tucci, Beauty and the Beast, live action, Hunger Games franchise, as well as the Transformer. So just
Okay.
based on that, you interested?
Sure.
Maybe. So the woman in red, that is
Hey, I
Pri-
love the juxtaposition there. By the way, that wasn't by accident.
so there's Icarus, there's Priyanka, sorry. And basically it is kind of a spy thriller. Um
Okay.
I believe one of them has lost their memory and they're trying to help each other get the memory back. So this show is going to be called Citadel. And so it's going to be on Prime Video, and it's I believe supposed to run for about 7 episodes. It's going to drop on Prime Video on. I take that back. Yeah. This is going to drop on April 28th. I made a mistake. Miss Marvel. Sorry, Marvelous Miss Maisel is going to drop on April 14th. I'm correcting myself. I apologize.
Hmm.
So yeah, you've got the incredible director. You've got some wonderful actors in this. I'm interested into this show, kind of based on that. Um, the premise seems to be okay. So what are your thoughts? You think you might check this out?
Yeah, it looks pretty good. And I I got caught right off the bat because she was wearing that red outfit and she walked underneath a ring light, look like a halo, like the devil with a halo. So, no, it looks pretty energy. What you call it? It looks like it might be pretty interesting. It's definitely like a spy movie almost.
Yeah,
In the way the action scenes are placed out. But yeah, and this is a show, not a movie.
it is a show. Yeah, it's supposed to be about 7 episodes in length.
Okay.
So definitely something to worth to check. This show's like I said, I mentioned gonna be coming out April 28th. Will you be checking out Prime Video on that date, or will you just be like, nah, skip it? I'm not gonna worry about this one. I'll check. I'll catch the next spy thriller. Um, Let us know. Leave those comments down below and let us what you think of the show Citadel.
All right. So there's number five. Number four.
That's right. Here comes number four. Now, this one I believe is a movie. It's going to be on Apple TV Plus, and this is going to star your boy Chris Evans. This is basically it's another spy type of movie with just a little bit of a twist. Chris Evans starts kind of dating, or at least hangs out with this one girl. Goes on a date, has a really good time. He starts texting her, and basically she ghosts him. Little do we find out that
They're not
she
ghosting right now. I mean, they're under the white sheets, so maybe that's a ghost in your world. What?
well, I was going to mention something about the movie Ghost.
No, I'll say they might be seeing some boo something. But anyway, continue. I'll keep it classy.
But yeah, no, he starts texting her and just nothing, nothing,
Yeah.
no response until finally he finds himself into a little bit of trouble. And who shows up but this girl? And basically, she is a spy of sorts. And the thing happens where
Is
she
that
has to.
Buscemi?
I don't think it is.
I'm just looking at the video on my end. I couldn't tell if that was Steve Buscemi or not.
I don't
Um,
believe so. I'm looking through the credits. No, I do not see a Steve Buscemi.
okay, so basically he's just trying to figure out what happened to her, more or less.
Well, basically, he gets kidnapped, and she comes and rescues him. Where she's, like I said, military trained,
Yeah,
spy trained, or whatever, and it starts, rescuing the damsel in distress. That
which
Chris
in this case is Captain America, basically.
exactly. So this is going to be dropping on Apple TV Plus on April 21st. So I think this one's going to be. It's going to have that action adventure mixed with some comedy.
Yeah,
Some
definitely.
again, as you mentioned, it's Chris Evans. He's
Right.
Captain America, but yet he's going to be the damsel in distress. And so, how is that going to play out? There's the comedy of that. So definitely, I'm kind of looking forward to it. It should be good. Again, I believe this is a movie.
Yeah,
Uh,
it looks like it would be.
yeah,
Um, but yeah, I think that one looks pretty funny. I could definitely see watching that for sure. And you said this one's at the end of the month?
April 21st.
Yeah. Okay.
So I got 3 weeks into April. We'll be able to check that out and see what it's all about. So, question for you at home: do you have any plans on being ghosted on April 21st? Will you be sitting there with a box of popcorn waiting for Chris Evans to be that basic DID, damsel in distress?
Every Friday. Ow!
So go ahead and leave those comments down below. It
Number three.
is now time for number three. So I very recently did a binge where I did like a season. I basically what I talked about doing with the Marvelous Miss Maisel is doing that whole like season and a half a recap. Because again, I knew this was on the streaming service, and I just needed to catch it out. So number three is going to be another series that is going to be its fifth and final season, and that is a show on HBO Max. It's going to be dropping on April 13th, and this is going to be a show called Titans.
Oh, why does this sound familiar?
So
Like, I want. Go ahead. I thought I heard about this from you before, actually.
So Titans is basically that. It's your Teen Titans, except
Hmm.
for it's live action. You've got Dick Ward, as your Robin slash Nightwing. You've got Starfire. You've got Beast Boy. They just recently introduced Superboy, and he's going through his Lex Luthor phase right now. Being that is one of his uh, parents. So it's been really the last season kind of took a little supernatural turn. So they've what is it? Brother Blood is supposed to be coming into the play. They also have oh, I'm trying to think of his name. The third Robin.
Well, there's Nightwing,
So it's the
or
one
that's the Dick Grayson, Tim something or other, I
Tim Drake.
believe. Yeah,
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 Tim
Tim
Drake.
Drake.
So he's now in this, and he's officially adopting the Robin persona in this season.
Got
Uh,
it.
but you have Jason Todd, who has made the transformation into Red Hood
Hmm.
already. So they've really like crammed a whole bunch of Batman mythology into 4/5 seasons.
Right.
Uh, but again, this is going to be the fifth and final season for Titans. It will air on HBO Max April 13th. Definitely check this one out. Like I said, I did a whole binge of the last season and a half of like half of three and all of four. And then I got to the last episode. I'm like, oh, there is no more. I will wait.
Yeah.
And that was probably about 2-3 months ago. So I didn't have to wait too long. So that's at least the nice thing about it.
Right.
Uh,
What's how was with Ted Lasso? Because basically it started like the 3 days after I finished season two, but
yep.
I'm waiting on it anyway, so I'm excited about it. But yeah.
But the question is, are you excited? Will you be watching this? Will you be sitting there on your Batman underoos, ready to support Titans for their fifth and final season? Let
That's the
us
one thing I
know.
wear anyway.
Go ahead and leave those comments down below and tell us what you think of the show Titans. And hopefully you don't have, a Jason Todd opinion of Batman from like season one. He said something very not nice. So
Oh man, naughty.
comments down below. It is now time for number two. So, what is your time machine of choice? Hot tub,
I
telephone
can
booth?
make a lot of jokes, but I mean, it's got to be the DeLorean. I
Well, of
mean,
course.
tell me they're making Back to the Future. I mean, Robert Zemeckis said he would never make another movie, but
They are
um,
doing the musical that is going to be getting ready to do their nationwide tour.
I heard something about that. I can see it on Facebook, but is that what this is? Are they going to be showing
No,
the musical?
it is not.
Okay, all right.
But your time machine of choice is the DeLorean. So let's go ahead and hop in that time machine. Good thing you mentioned that because now there's at least a spot for me. And we're going to go back to the 90s.
Oh, there's a spot in the hot tub too, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. So if we hop in a DeLorean, go back to the 90s and all that, Pat, if I ask you, what time is it? What would your response be?
It's Vader time.
Ooh,
No, that's
that's
not what you're looking for. I don't know, and I'm sure I'm gonna be like, "Oh, duh." I know I'm butchering your joke and your
it,
setup.
it's morphin time.
Oh, what? What?
They
Whoa, wait.
they are
Go ahead.
doing
Give your spiel.
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers once and always. With a lot of the original cast, you have Walter Jones, Billy Yost. You also have let's see, Walter Jones, David Yost, Steve Cardenas as your I think Red Ranger. They've got a couple of the Yellow Rangers mixed in there. But yes, they are doing a Power Rangers movie that has a lot of your people back in. I think that she's the Pink Ranger that took over after Amy Jo Johnson.
Yeah.
So she was definitely during Turbo time. But
Now,
it's
was this filmed before like David Lee Frank or whatever passed? And
Jason David Frank. I
yeah,
believe
yeah,
this. I don't believe he's in this.
right.
Which definitely um, sad that that was the case. But I know they were working on it prior to. But yeah, it's
Well,
definitely
well, thankfully Alpha's in it. I mean,
exactly.
wow. I wonder, are Bulk and Skull going to be in this?
That is a good question. That
I mean, they
is
have to
an
be.
excellent question.
And
Uh,
and the juice bar, I mean, I hope they have a lot of. I mean, it already looks very nostalgic, so I could see that being a nice fun trip down memory lane and going to where were they living? It was like something Valley or something. Do you remember?
oh,
Oh, there you go, there you go. Yeah,
that was the Power Rangers was a big staple of my teenage life. I probably was a little bit older demographically than I probably should have been, but I love the
yeah.
Power Rangers.
I think I was. We're on the same age. I think I was 12 when it came out, something like that. So I remember watching the first like season or two, and then it's still going on, I believe. I see the toys still. Um, it's
They're getting ready to drop another season
yeah.
um, of that. So the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers dropped in 1993.
Okay, yeah. So I was 12 when it came out because I
Yeah,
know
so
my birthday's late in the year. Um, but I think it came out on Halloween. Now that I think about it, I almost vaguely
that
recall some kind of a special on Fox, like on Saturday morning or something.
that does sound vaguely familiar. But apparently, that's actually scroll all the way back to season one. Um, that no, that doesn't sound right. I was looking at trying to find. Am I going the wrong way? I did go the wrong way. I guess there was a the day of dumpster. Day of the dumpster was August 28th, 1993.
I guess I was just dressing up early for Halloween.
Well, again, it came out in August, so September, October, you would have been able to have that.
I was
Uh,
just behind the times, apparently.
yeah.
Now, when is what you? I know you already said it. I'm sure. What service is this going to be on?
So this is going to be on Netflix, and it's
Okay,
going to air on April 19th.
I know over the summer I beat the original Super Nintendo game. Um, and one of my like throwback. I didn't do a video on it, but I was playing it. So yeah, Power Rangers sounds cool. That's a property's been around forever. A lot of nostalgia. I'm sure it's going to do very well.
I'm hoping it is. Despite the how I enjoyed the live action movie that came out, I believe in 2017. I really enjoyed that
Oh,
movie.
yeah. I remember I forgot about that. Oh, you and I were actually talking about that Battle Nexus game too, actually. Um,
It's horrible. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know if it was just I did something wrong in the settings, but like literally playing it like my third guy I fought during the tutorial, I was getting my butt just literally served to me on a silver platter.
I thought the fighting engine itself was actually pretty solid with the combos, but it was so bare. They didn't go deep enough with it after that. And I do agree with you. The difficulty was out of this world. It was ridiculous. But yeah, no, because you bought it and I bought it too around the same time. We never actually played, but yeah, we'll have to fire that up and just try to do a one-on-one match or something. Because
It's
that way,
something.
one of us will win.
That is true. So,
So
well,
Power Rangers is your number two.
yep.
What
So
could be your
again,
number one?
well, before I need to know, I need some information. I
True.
need information from the people watching. Were you a Power Rangers fanatic? Was your heart broken when Tommy betrayed them? For when he was working with Rita.
You're
I'm just
spoiling it for people.
my bad. Um,
Only 30 years late, so
I
it's
gotta
okay.
say, I guess I should have put the spoiler for almost 30 years.
The Titanic sinks too.
Oh man,
Yeah.
and Abraham Lincoln, vampire hunter. But again, leave those comments down below. Tell me what you think of the new Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Once and Always movie. It's going to be dropping on Netflix April 19th. Are you going to watch it? Are you going to skip it? Leave those comments down below of what you're going to be doing.
I'll probably watch that.
It is now time for number uno. The if you're French.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. So this is a show that and this is season 2. This is a show that has a season 2. It's coming out on Apple TV Plus.
Oh, okay. There
When
you go.
this show came out, I was hearing the people on my local radio station. They were raving about it, and I was like, "That is a weird sounding show.
Yep.
Let's go watch this." And
Everyone did.
and so I went and watched it, fell in love with it, was absolutely amazing. Mentioned it to All That Pat. He and Bitter Ritz, they started watching it. So the question
You
is,
had some help from a friend.
um, this show is Schmigadoon season 2. How far did you get in the series? Did you actually finish season 1?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we finished it.
All right. So they make it back to their real lives, and as they slowly start to realize that their life is not fun, it's not as entertaining anymore, so they go on a quest to go find Schmigadoon again. However, they find
Chicago.
Chicago.
Funny. I only saw part. I guess saw a trailer for this, and I was trying to figure out like how are they like Broadway. I thought that was very strange, but that alone right there just tells it all. I think that's important that they change it up because I was getting a little bored with the characters and gimmick of like this totally pure, like naive area, of the world, and now it looks like they're going completely the opposite direction with like the
Exactly.
burlesque dance clubs of Chicago or Schmicago, but it looks like the a lot of the same cast is coming back.
Yeah, I believe all of the cast is coming back. They just have new personas, new roles. Like they think that at one point they call out to the mayor, but he's no longer the mayor anymore. He's now a kind of a degenerate junkie or something.
Yeah.
Um, so
Bitter Ritz is definitely very excited about this as well because, like, we have Apple Plus, TV Plus now, and we keep going to say like, oh, you know what? We're done with it. We don't need it anymore. But then you got Shrinking, and then you got Ted Lasso, and then this is coming out. So I'm like, okay, guess we're adding another thing full time now. So what's
yeah,
the date on this one?
so this is going to be debuting on Apple TV Plus. Season 2 is going to drop on April 5th. So
Oh wow,
this is the
next week.
first one that's going to drop. It is right around the corner. So yeah, definitely check this one out. Like this is for me number one. I love how, as you mentioned, they're kind of reinventing the place of Schmigadoon. It's now Schmicago. It looks like it's going to take the storyline of the musical of Chicago.
Yeah,
Um, basically, one of the characters is going to be accused of murdering someone. It looks like, and of course, got to figure out how to not that let that person go to jail.
I like it. Yeah, I definitely look forward to that one. So, yeah, I always like these videos because it lets me and our audience, more importantly, know what's coming out because there's so many platforms now, as you alluded to at the very beginning, that I mean, who can keep track of everything? I
It's
mean,
very difficult.
yeah, you have to have like a flow chart, and then also too, like all this other stuff comes streaming from the past, and like, yeah, good stuff though. So always check out our show. Obviously, I stream, you stream, because it'll let you know. And honestly, check out our old episodes of iStream, Ustream, even during the pandemic and the shutdown, because you'll see some shows that you may not have heard of that were new 2 years ago that are still available to stream. So you never know. Check out some old content, and it'll let you find other content and other platforms.
There you go. So you at home, are you going to be watching Schmigadoon? Will you be showing up for season 2? Will you both reach for the remote? Both reach for the remote. Both reach for the remote. I tried to do a little parody of of the song from Chicago. It didn't sound good.
Oh,
But again, leave those comments down below and tell us what you think of Schmigadoon Season 2. Well, that officially wraps up my top 5 with one honorable mention for the month of April. Definitely check out these shows. A whole bunch of stuff on Prime, Apple TV Plus, HBO Max, Netflix. And here's the funny thing: I mentioned nothing from Disney Plus. I mentioned nothing from Hulu. You know, there's stuff that's going to happen on those networks, those streaming platforms. I just nothing. Like, these were just the top 5. So
right.
definitely go out there, check out if there's something that you are looking forward to on maybe on another platform. Maybe it's on Peacock. You're just like, oh my gosh. Leave those comments down below. Tell us what shows you're watching. Because again, I love the only thing I love more than my Funko Pops is movies and television. That is my thing. Is when I have downtime, when I'm on break from work, I've got, the kids are watching, whatever show that they're watching on the television. I've got my phone, I've got an AirPod in my ear, and I am watching something. There's very little time that I am not consuming some digital content. So give me shows to watch. Suggest something for me, and if I like it, I'll let you know. So, but again, this is going to wrap up this episode of I Stream, You Stream, right here on the New York Nerd Show Network. I do ask a favor that you go out there, subscribe to the channel, whether you're watching us on YouTube, Facebook, over on Twitch. Like the subscribe to the channel, and then go ahead and like this video. They have a whole bunch of content out there. All that Pat was just talking about. For the pandemic, we were like diving in head first, like one episode literally a night.
Yeah.
7 a week. We were pumping out content like crazy. That's what happens when there is nothing going on in life.
Yeah. Everybody's locked down and stuck in the house. So
Just like let's do a video. Let's open a box of something. We just ordered something from the mail. It's a box of toilet paper.
I've been watching old content myself. I put it on when Orion's cranky, so he gets
There
to
you
hear our voices, and then I'm like, oh my god, where did I put that? Like something that we open, I'm like, wait, where's that? So yeah.
So yeah, definitely check out our old content. We have over 300 videos over on YouTube. There's a ton of content out there. So definitely go check that out. And again, let us know what you think of the stuff. Give us suggestions. We always love taking all that stuff from it. So all that, Pat, would you like to say goodbye to our folks?
Bye. Adios.
Take care. And again, remember, if you can stream it, you should go watch it. Bye-bye, everybody.